This morning, a Valley man who's upset with his neighbors has come up with a creative revenge plan.
Yeah, I'd say creative.
After he moved here in January of 2017, he said since then he's gotten at least half a dozen citations from the HOA. He thinks it's neighbors who are reporting him for, he says, small things, weeds, a carport that he built in the backyard, some rust on his fence. He tried talking with his neighbors, but when that broke down, he hatched this creative plan.
If you're gonna be like this, then I'm gonna give you something to cry about. I said, I'm gonna buy a bunch of cars, fill up the neighborhood, and run the neighborhood down.
What kind of revenge is that? That is so random. You get all your neighbors complaining about things about your home and things. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna just buy a bunch of crappy old cars and just have them around like the neighborhood. Oh man, you got too much money and time on your hands. Like, I get it, your neighbors are probably annoying, but also, what? Need base to annoy my neighbors, payback, Morgan Creek. Oh no. Hi, I'm a nice neighbor. The two young kids beside me blast their subwoofer 24/7. I'm 39 and have put my life savings into this townhouse. Legally, they can blast their garbage all day till 10 p.m. I'm having a nervous breakdown, so I need a 3-piece band to come rock out and shut these ignorant East Coasters down. I'll buy the beer and your cab ride to and from Vancouver plus $200 to play from 4 to 10 p.m. Do not contact me with unsolicited services or offers. Wow, this is legit. I wonder if anyone went. Sounds like a pretty sweet gig. Like, your ride's paid for and you get $200 to what? Play for no audience and just do it to kind of piss off a neighbor. Like, sounds like a pretty good time. I don't even play music, but like, I would. I used to play guitar and I used to sing. Like, I would rock out and be really bad and loud just to help you piss off your neighbor. That sounds like fun.
The conflict began when David Wells went to build an igloo for his 2-year-old daughter, and his shovel was gone. What he saw was a neighbor walking onto his property, grabbing his shovel without permission, but after digging out her car, the neighbor decided to take possession of the shovel, and that's when Wells took justice into his own hands.
You know, I got a new snowblower, so I was kind of excited.
Wells couldn't resist the temptation to get even, and he buried his neighbor's car in snow.
Oh my God. If your car was stuck and it's very early morning, okay. You need a shovel and maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to wake them, but I see a shovel on their porch. Let me just borrow it, undig your car, put it freaking back and then drive off. But the fact they took it is really what's setting me over the edge. Like, I wouldn't care if a neighbor was stuck and they needed to use a shovel, you know, whatever. As long as you put it back. But to take it? That's freaking rude, bro. And then yeah, he got his revenge by being like, snow blow, now you're really stuck and you're gonna come try to use my shovel. What's up everyone? Welcome back. I am Sassy and today we are checking out some entitled neighbors who got what they deserved. Have you ever had a bad neighbor? I have. In my childhood home. Oh my God, nightmare of a story. I've had to call police before. It was crazy. Anyways, that's for another day. But if you have, tell me in the comments because I'm interested. My wife and I had a neighbor who hated us because their family friends who went through a divorce lived there before us and we bought the house. They were mean to my wife, parked across our driveway when she was about to go to work, threw pieces of wood over our fence, and let their dog poop on our lawn without picking it up. I tried talking to them a couple of times and was promptly told to F off. I threw an entire box of bowling cubes into their backyard and let the rain melt them into the grass. Their dog absolutely destroyed their yard looking for the smell, and I would make sure to comment on it every chance I got. Oh, you did get some revenge. I don't know what bowling cubes are, but obviously dogs want it, so it was a good plan. I'm just wondering, are you really that upset that people bought your friend's house? Like, that's part of life, dude. Like, you need to move on. Make peace with it, you know? I had a terrible work schedule and had to wake up at 2:30 a.m. to be at work by 4. My downstairs neighbors would blare loud music at all hours of the night, and I could feel the bass through my mattress. I went downstairs and politely asked them to turn it down, and they seemed to kindly agree. As soon as I got back in bed, they turned it even louder and kept it going until 1:30. Before I left for work at 3:30, I turned over my amplifier so the speaker was facing the floor, turned the volume up, and set my guitar on top of it. I left for my 12-hour shift and the feedback was still screaming when I came home. The neighbors never blare their music again. But like, are you in a building? Because like, wouldn't this affect everyone else in that building as well? Like not just you guys? Because if I heard my neighbors going at it with music, I'd be freaking pissed. So that's crazy unless you live in like a house. But when you still hear all this, my neighbor, my roommate and I shared a communal bathroom in dorms. So I got tired of him not cleaning his parts. So whenever I was done with the bathroom, I would take my toilet paper, and sew it back with me. Imagine being stuck in a communal bathroom where you can't call on anyone for help for toilet paper because your neighbors hate you. He got the message when he was stuck there the first time. After that, we were pretty cool with each other. I mean, that is quite the lesson to teach someone, leaving someone without toilet paper. Ew. I got a lot of questions. How'd you get out of that? Like, how'd you get out of that situation? There's a song I used to sing when I was a kid. When you're sitting on the Chevy and you're feeling something heavy, be a man, use your hand. I don't know why, y'all, but I used to sing that. Not particularly exciting, but amusing. We briefly had a neighbor who was a complete a-hole. My personal pet peeve was when he would yell at our kids to shut up while they were playing in the backyard. Next to his driveway was a big tree, and I noticed he'd throw occasionally hissy fits over the birds pooping on his car. One week he was out of town, but his car was still in the driveway. Each day I put a heaping pile of berries next to the tree. He returned home to a car absolutely covered in Technicolor bird poop. Yikes. Bird poop on cars is not fun, and it's not easy to get off. So that sucks. But also, don't tell my kids to shut up. There's also that. Neighbor used to insist on mowing his lawn at 5:30 a.m. every Saturday morning. Are you high? He had to drive on our property to access his back lawn and would buzz right past my window with the mower deck, waking me up. I asked him to stop, but he brushed it off. One Friday night, after working a late second shift, I left my dog's chain in the tall grass on our property between our houses. 5:30 a.m. Saturday comes around and I woke up to the sound of the mower sucked up the chain. The next weekend I got to sleep in. So you went hard. You're like, I'm gonna make sure he has no lawnmower so that he can't cut his grass at 5:30. So I'm gonna break the lawnmower basically, because we all know what a chain would do to a lawnmower.
Upstairs neighbors kept us up all night, so now it's our turn.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I love the creativity. I love the idea behind it, but it makes me like nauseous just thinking about being upside down like that and kicking my feet. Like I would be so dizzy and the blood would rush to my head. But that is very creative because we've seen the whole broomstick thing where people bang on the ceiling with a broomstick. This is legit. This is like, if I have to hear your footsteps all day, every day, you have to hear mine. And this is the only way to do it, you know? Just to wake up the whole neighborhood at 5:55 a.m. What? I didn't even know that you could do that. That is very smart. Wow. So he was pissed that everyone was doing fireworks and he was like, you know what? When my 5:55 a.m. alarm goes off, I'ma put it through a PA system so that everyone in this neighborhood has to wake up with me. I don't hate it. In college, I lived across from a frat house that would let people park in our spaces. Their router password was admin. So I logged into their router, banned all their MAC addresses, and changed the password. Oh no. I bet that killed them. Especially any college students without Wi-Fi, not a good time. But frat party, frat house, college students, come on. That is their life. They gotta plan parties. Yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt. My friend had a terrible neighbor in the apartment next to him who was loud. So we bought a super powered magnet and put it on the wall where the neighbor's TV and stereo were and effed everything up. The neighbor stopped quickly after that. There's a lot of noise complaints with these stories. I feel like that's one of the biggest complaints about a neighbor. Noise. Music being too loud, parties being too loud. It's all about noise. That is why I want to live out in the freaking woodworks, you know? I don't want neighbors. Here I am living downtown Toronto in a very busy condo, so I'm very far from what I just said. Alright guys, today's sassy shout out is going to Sheila Wellman. They said, I feel like we are friends because I watch you so much. I am sassy too, if I do say so myself. LOL. I've never skipped work. I guess I'm a little goody two-shoes, but it sounds fun and sassy. Sheila, I think we would be good friends. If you got some sass in you, we would be friends. And I love that feeling that you feel of us being friends because that's how I feel. When I film these videos, I'm talking to a camera in my living room. It's a little weird, but I'm like, I'm not. I'm actually chatting with my friends. Like, I feel like we're all just hanging out. So I feel ya. I'm out of here though, you guys. Make sure you stay safe out there. Love thy neighbor. It's what the Bible says. And stay classy. Bye. My house is right on the corner of an area where the road turns to a T. I had issues with people cutting the corner and driving through my yard. One day, someone almost hit my dog. I went and bought a boulder, probably 300 or 400 pounds, and put it right on the corner. Come winter, and we had a bad snowstorm. Someone was coming through in a lifted Dodge and hit the boulder going about 20 and totaled the truck. Since then, though, I've had zero issues with people. Okay, well, I feel like the person driving that truck learned their lesson rather quickly and will no longer cut the corner a little short and drive on your lawn. That always happened at my dad's house in my hometown. He lives on a corner house. People always would turn the corner and just drive right on his lawn, and it drove him nuts, so I get it. Our neighbors were constantly fighting, would get drunk every weekend and blasted loud music until 4 a.m. Well, the girlfriend went out of town for a week for work training. We saw another girl park outside the house while she was gone. We heard the new girl and the boyfriend going at it very loudly too. So the next time they were being super loud at 2 a.m., we went over to ask them to turn down the music. They both yelled at us to mind our own business. My wife just casually asked, oh, did you get back together? What about the nice blonde girl who was over last week? Is this a throuple situation now? Then we went home and enjoyed listening to them throwing everyone out and having their last fight. Wow, that is some major tea. I can't imagine like a neighbor being the reason why people break up. Rightfully so though. The reason they're breaking up is because your man's is a cheetah. But they might have minded their own business had you been a good neighbor. The rich brats next door always threw loud drunken parties while their parents were out of town. On Sunday morning, I went out to find the corner of our lot littered with used adult protection. This stop was also a school bus stop, which means that children would be around. Ew. That night around midnight, I gloved up and collected a bunch of them, snuck into the neighbor's yard and scattered them around the pool, the garage, and the back door where mom was sure to see them. There were no more parties. That is a savage mood, but also disgusting. Like, those were used, y'all, and you out there picking them up and collecting them. I get you have gloves on, but like, ew. Better you picking them up though than like children at the bus stop. You know? My mom's neighbor called the city to demand my mom repair the fence that divided their yards. The lady had been a crabapple for 10 plus years, but this move just really ticked off my mom. The fence did need mild repairs, but my mom was already in the process of getting quotes to fix it and would have done it if the neighbor had just talked to her. When the city contacted my mom and said she had to maintain the fence, she asked if she legally had to have one. Turns out there are rules about maintaining a fence, but not requiring you to have one, so my mom paid a contractor to tear it down entirely. The neighbor asked my mom when a new fence would be built, and she said, you want a fence? Build it yourself. A couple weeks later, my mom had a nice new fence courtesy of one annoying neighbor. Wow. Talk about beating the system, okay? Round of applause. This is genius. This is so smart, you know? Slightly petty, but like totally deserving on that other neighbor's end, you know? Look at that. Tore down the fence. I don't need a fence. You want me to have one in good shape? You build it. And she did. That's hilarious. That is so smart. On my last day in my old apartment, ew, I peed on a plate and stuck it in the freezer. I then waited, ew, why? I then waited until it froze, then detached the frozen pee disc from the plate and slid it under his front door so that it would eventually melt on his carpet. Thanks for 3 years of loud music at 3 a.m. every night, neighbor. Oh my goodness. That's disgusting. Ugh. First of all, the fact they have carpet sucks because that smell, I'll throw up. Okay, and the second of all, how do you pee on a plate? Wouldn't that just splash everywhere? I don't know, y'all. This is some crazy stuff. This is like ultimate prank. That's commitment. That's dedication that I just simply wouldn't have the energy or the will to do. I do not want to try and pee on a plane. I had a noisy neighbor in the apartment above me. The music was so loud in the hallway that I couldn't tell which unit it was coming from at first. I knocked on his door and politely asked him to turn it down, but he refused, and I knew I just wouldn't get anywhere with him. After a few more days of this, I decided to take action. The laundry room on my floor had all the electrical panels for individual units clearly labeled. Every time he blasted his music, I would go to the laundry room and turn his power off. I started with a few seconds to give the illusion that he blew something, but when he still wouldn't put his music lower, I would just shut off his power for hours. I could hear him swearing, but I didn't care. That's genius. I mean, your lease was almost up, so like, why do you care? Right? You're like, I'm leaving anyway. That's very smart to go to the laundry room and turn someone's power off. Like, that takes some guts. I don't even think I would have the guts to do that. And I'm pretty savage. My dad was talking to our neighbor about what color he should paint the house. And as a joke, he said, well, I might as well paint the old house blue. The neighbor became almost angry and started going off about how that was stupid and he couldn't do that. Well, that's the story of how I grew up in a blue house. What? Okay, wait. Oh, so sorry, y'all, I had to reread that on my own and just try to like focus. So the neighbor didn't like the idea of him painting his house blue, but then he's like, I'm gonna paint it blue. Neighbor's dog kept pooping in the front yard. Like, they opened the front door, let him out, and he pooped in our yard. I asked them like 10 times just to clean it up, no problem. They outright refused to do it for 2 months. I went out and picked it up, put it in a 5-gallon bucket outside of the backyard. When it was full of rainwater and poop, I walked over and dumped it on the front porch. Ew, it actually worked. They started cleaning up after the dog. We actually have been cool since then. Well, who would have thought that some dog poop would create this friendship between you? What a story to tell, that it was dog poop that brought you together. What a beautiful story. Minus the poop and the mushy poop because of the rain and the 5 gallons of poop that's now on someone's porch. When I was 10 or so, an old lady was nasty to my brother and I for sitting on her curb. So we got the bright idea to have an estate sale for her. We got up at like 4 a.m. on Saturday morning and put up handmade cardboard garage sale signs with her address on them and early birds welcome in bold letters. We then sat on the curb a little down the street across from her house and watched people bang on the door for an hour or so. The best part is we didn't put a date on the signs, so if she didn't find all the signs, people would just keep showing up every Saturday. Wow, you did this when you were 10 years old? Oh my goodness, that is some crafty work there for a 10-year-old. I wasn't doing all that at 10 years old. Like, that's too smart for me, really. I mean, even at this age, I probably wouldn't think to do that. That speaks volumes about you and about me and my intelligence. Mashed potatoes. I poured a bunch of instant, mashed potato powder boxes on their lawn, so when it rained, they had a lawn full of mashed potatoes. Okay, first of all, you can make mashed potatoes from a powder? That's disgusting. No way am I eating potatoes from powder. Does that actually taste good? What a way. Imagine you had to cook a meal for a lot of people. Listen, you just you put a bunch of trays outside on your front lawn. Then you pour the powder of all these instant foods, freaking potatoes, anything. Put it out in the rain. Boom. Thanksgiving dinner for 50 people. The stench of justice. Wow, what a title. I had downstairs neighbors that were loud, threw parties, and were just plain beep. So I'd wake up at 4 a.m. on my days off, eat a box of Fiber One bars, and drink 3 cups of black coffee. Then at 6 a.m. I would go to our guest room and sit on the vent. I would fart for about an hour. You could hear the husband scream at his wife about the smell. I did this until I moved out. My wife thought it was childish, but you know what? I laughed. Sir, it is your day off. What you doing at 4 a.m. having so much coffee and Fiber One bars just to practically poop yourself on a vent? Like, I don't care how much I hate my neighbors. I'm spending my day off doing anything else but that. All right, guys, that is all I got. Today's sassy shout out is going to Gabrielle Martin. They said, I love hanging out with you every day. You are so much fun and I love your sass. Thank you, Gabrielle. I love hanging out with you guys too. Honestly, I feel like we are all just virtual friends. Kind of like a catfish situation because we haven't actually met. I mean, I'm not the catfish. You might be. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, I love hanging out with you guys every day. So make sure you guys keep sticking around, leave a like on the video, it helps me out. And stay classy out there and stay sassy. Bye. Karen didn't realize.
This woman is like literally just peeking into our windows.
15 minutes we're walking up to the house. Huh?
Excuse me.
Oh.
Can you stop peeping into my window?
Oh my gosh. This is a, oh god, this is a, oh.
Excuse me. What are you doing? What are you smelling? That's nice. She's like snooping around our house and looking into our windows. Like, what are you smelling?
I have an itch.
I'm sure.
No, stop, babe. Stop.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Ma, she's still on their property. Get off.
That's why you stood there for 15 minutes and peeked into my window?
I mean, I'm not buying this whole smell thing. Oh, I smelled something, so I was coming over here. No, honestly, if you smelled something and you were that concerned, you'd go up to the door and say, hey, I just have this weird smell. Wanted to make sure everything was okay. Come on, Karen. You're peeping. You're snooping. You didn't know they were in their car. Smell. That's the best you can come up with. Okay, well, that is just terrifying.
What?
Yeah, enough about your curtains being closed. I hope you have security cameras. I hope you have a bodyguard, and I hope you have 911 on speed dial, because that's too much. Like, that's creepy. This TikTok's like not even funny. That's like disturbing. Y'all, have you seen You on Netflix, that show? That's what this is right here. That's what this is.
So my neighbors decided to call the cops on me for a noise complaint, so I got this sign. Are you guys ready? And here it is. My neighbor is a Karen. Let's go put it outside.
Oh no,
Here
that's really
getting
gonna...
the reaction.
Oh yeah, you're about to get a real Karen freak out. You thought the first one was bad? Wait till that Karen sees that sign. Oh yeah, she's gonna be calling for every complaint now. Like, at that point, you're just kind of asking for it, because you're just, you know, you're just putting gasoline on the fire. I don't know if I would do that, because then it's like they're just gonna make your life a living hell, you know, even more so.
That's my neighbor Janet in our yard taking pics of her kids.
What? I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, it depends. If she's a nice neighbor, you'd let them take pictures in your nice tree with their grandchildren or children, right? Unless this isn't a nice neighbor, and then it's kind of like, get off my property. I don't know. I mean, she could also ask.
Welcome to Oregon. Maybe you should go back to Philippines where you belong. Oh, racist.
Oh, man.
Racist.
This is going online.
Oh, we got the N-word. I don't care. We got the Filipino. Every day. Every day. We hear it every day. It has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with you.
I think you guys just want to say the N-word.
Not good. Not good. You know, I keep seeing these video clips that go viral of like Karens and stuff saying racial slurs and stuff, and then you see, if you actually Google it and look at follow-ups, like, they've lost their jobs. Like, straight up. I've seen Karens in my funny Karen clips that lost their job after their video went viral. So they laughed in the moment, like, oh, I don't care if it's online, put it on Facebook. And it's like, you say that now till your job goes down the pooper.
First off, we have break-ins to your cars.
They broke into my car.
Oh, I've seen
Of course,
this.
they broke into my car 5 times. Hi,
so
I live here. I've been living here for about 5 years. And then Karen walked up to me just now, and she was pestering me about what I'm doing following her. What am I doing? She came all the way to my car, and now
Oh,
did you
no.
call security yet?
I have called one of the officers, yeah.
What did he say?
He didn't answer. I was trying to do a voicemail.
You want me to help you call security?
Sure.
How long y'all been living here?
Go right ahead, call security.
How long y'all been living here?
It doesn't matter how long
You got anything to say or no? You just.
I got my car broken into.
I don't give a.
Only a month ago.
I don't give a. I pull in here where I pay $1,700 a month.
First off, sir, the description was exactly what you're wearing, and then you have a backpack.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the description was me of the person that broke into your car?
Yeah. The hoodie, everything.
They had on a pink hoodie when they were breaking in.
Why I just mentioned it, I apologize.
They had on a pink hoodie,
now
black
she's
nails,
apologizing.
and a backpack. I mean, she did this. I'm not content creator. I'm a fucking influencer. If I wanted to, you'd be finished. Weird.
Oh, I love this
No,
clip.
if I get more likes if a white woman walks up to me and asks me what I'm doing in my apartment.
Thank you.
She's not white. All right.
Oh my gosh.
She's Mexican.
It's
All
just
right.
getting
Good day,
so bad,
Karen.
y'all.
And whoever the you are, goof.
Okay, guys, I've seen this clip. I've seen it, and it's honestly so good because, you know, so I guess this woman went up to him and was like, accused him of like breaking into her car and was like kind of questioning him. And he's like, I live here. And she just wouldn't give it up. And like that, the funny thing, she's like, oh, like the description described you. And he made a good point. Like, oh, really? The description was black nail polish and a pink hoodie? I don't think so. Did I?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you live here?
No.
Oh.
My son-in-law lives here.
Can I speak with your son-in-law, please?
I've seen
I think he's sleeping.
Okay. I'm a neighbor. I live up the street.
Yeah.
And last night was really inappropriate.
Yes!
I'm not here to start a fight.
Mm.
I just wanted to say that it was really rude to all the neighbors around here to have that music so loud. And I'm fine with celebrating and having parties, but when it interferes with everyone else around you, it was really, really rude. And I just wanted to come by and say that.
Okay, you have to do that some other time. They're sleeping.
Okay, what's his name? My name's Christine. Just when I come by next, I just want to ask for him properly, that's all.
Okay, Christine.
Yeah.
This is so silly.
And I'm not coming here to be aggressive. I just wanted to speak to him
Okay,
to his face, that's all.
I'll have to come and bust out the door another time.
Okay.
And you talk to him.
Okay, I will. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, this is what Christine does at 7 a.m. the next day. It was a first birthday party. Like, how rowdy was it really getting?
Lady, who hurt you? We moved the bubble machine far away today, but you still chose to spray me and the kids with water. Kids were scared, and I had to say you were just playing.
Yeah, I know, Baba.
Oh my gosh, no.
Hey, baby, you didn't like it?
Oh my gosh, look at that picture. That Karen Dawn went up on the freaking deck to get a better shot with the hose. Like, come on, it's some freaking bubbles, Karen. How do bubbles upset anybody? Bubbles make me so happy. They're so fun and joyful. Who gets pissed at bubbles? That's crazy.
I am fully
For
dressed.
dressing inappropriately.
She just doesn't like my style. And I told her, my body offends you. That's what the issue is. And I'm allowed to exist and be hot. And I'm going to continue to do so. So, I don't know why. I don't know what she expects you to do.
Preach. Preach. I mean, guys, like, that should be a hashtag. Hashtag that up. Tattoo that on my body. That is a motto to live by. I am allowed to exist and be hot. Enough said.
All right.
Oh. That's slightly creepy. What are they doing? Oh, if you guys didn't catch that, the neighbor, it says on the note here, the neighbor has cameras pointing at their house, which is slightly concerning. I understand if you're gonna have cameras like on your property, scouting out the remainder of your property, but when it's like up high and directed at your house, it's like, I don't want you filming through it. Like, if you could see into my windows, like, that's freaking creepy.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
ahead. I'm gonna call the police.
We're gonna call the police
Call
on you.
them now.
That's
and if
assault.
You don't, I will. If you don't, I will.
Okay, I'll call him right now.
Do it.
That's assault. You can't lay your hands on somebody.
You just assaulted her by getting up.
Nobody touched her.
this is
Nobody touched her.
spicy.
You're the one that can't keep your hands off. You hit my camera?
Yeah.
You hit my camera?
Oh, she really did, and it dropped to the floor. Yo, why are we so angry? Why is everyone fighting? That's what I want to know. Like, what are you even fighting about? Their lives must be very miserable to just pick fights like that. I honestly just feel bad for them. Oh, yes. That's genius. That's genius. I'll say it once and I'll say it again because I've seen this little trick before in a clip. It's slightly genius. Like, fireworks are no joke. They're not, they're loud and they're very annoying. But like, I'm not gonna be this petty, but some people will, and it's kind of smart.
Nightmare neighbour check. So I can't believe I just caught our next door neighbour doing this. He's kindly chopped his own tree down and dumping the branches in our garden.
How does he think he's getting away with that? Like, is he like just casually doing it? Like, oh, they'll never notice. I'll say the wind did it. Like, what? Like, he's being so casual about this. Bruh, I don't get it. That's like just pure laziness and annoying, to say the least. All right, guys, today's sassy shout out goes to Adro Struker. I probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. They said, your content is hilarious. My mom and I watch you together all the time. We're Australian, by the way. I wrote you back because I got so excited for this one. It made my entire day. I think it's so cool that you and your mom watch me. Hi, Mom. And you're from Australia, and I'm just like this little nobody in my bedroom in Toronto. Like, that is so cool. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I'm getting out of here though, you guys. If you want to be the next sassy shout out, write some smack down below. I will see you next time. Stay classy and stay sassy. Bye. I have an itch in my eyebrow. Obviously, why am I saying obviously? Hello, baby. Come here. You want to be up here? Come here. Come here. No? Okay. I tried to put her in a video, you guys. Lila, come here. You're so funny. Oh, can you say hello to the people? Can you say hello to the people of YouTube? She got shaved. She got a haircut right down to the skin because she was so mad at. My throat is a little scratchy. Ow, son of a gun. Y'all, I just broke my foot. That in slow-mo is going to be incredible.
Ow, son of a gun!
Already have a burp, isn't that nice? Okie dokie. Sorry, had to answer that. What am I doing? Oh, entitled neighbors. Can I speak? Y'all, what am I even doing right now? That speak volumes. That's, what am I saying? 12. You know, what time are we at? All right, I'm gonna end it there to make sure I stay within this timeline. All right, this is entitled Neighbors Part 3. Focus on my face. Focused? Okay, 1. In 3, 2, 1. Chacking out? We're chacking. That's what we do here on this channel. We chack. We're Have you even subscribed to the channel yet? Don't be a fake fan. Hit that subscribe button. You know you want to.